So as promised, I'm doing a little neck massage tutorial. I understand a lot of you have been home for the first time working, kind of switching up positions. John came to me with a really bad neck pain in the back of his neck, and it's been bothering him for a few days now. And he's like, what do I do about this? So we talked it through, and of course he was stretching a lot like this and kind of really working a lot in the back of his neck. It's great to stretch, it's great to kind of work out areas that are tense, but if you think about it, you've been leaning over a computer, maybe sitting in bed working, maybe sitting on the couch really slumped over working. A lot of the tension is coming from the front of your neck, clavicle, kind of all over here, jawline. So I want to give you some stretches, some tips for really opening that up. So to start, we really just want blood flow in that area. So maybe do a little stretching to the side. You should feel that open up. You can even put your hand right on the top of your shoulder to assist in relaxing that shoulder down. And then instead of leaning forward with that, we're gonna go back, and you're gonna feel that open up kind of on your throat. Breathe into it. And go all the way back. This might be a little uncomfortable, especially if you are experiencing some neck pain, but just do what you can. Breathe into that. Then we can move it right to the other side. Again, I find if I put my hand right on my head, I really feel that open up. You can see I have quite a bit of tension going on around my neck. Just breathe into where you feel the stretch. A little rotation. You can do that as many times as you feel necessary. So I just have a little CMT coconut oil that I'm gonna use. You don't wanna use too much lotion or oil with this type of massage, just because we are trying to move stuff around and you want a good grip. So really, I just wanna warm up my neck a little bit and my top of my shoulders. So you can kind of see this is such an easy, basic move for anyone to do. I'm just gripping the top of my traps, kind of gripping like this and pulling down. It feels really amazing. Pulling down. I can actually feel some adjustments in my scalps, which I need a massage. So giving myself a massage, why not? Do that a few times. What you really want to see is you just want to see your skin start to get a little pink, that blood flow to the surface. And once you have that blood flow, we can go in just a little deeper and work out the areas that might be bothering you. So yeah, just hand over hand, kind of pulling down. You're gonna feel this SCM muscle kind of starts here, and we're gonna work more on this, and then comes right to the clavicle. You might be able to see it on me even. But just be mindful of kind of contouring that with your strokes. You can see I'm starting to get a little red. I'm gonna add just a little more oil to my clavicle. So when you think about your neck, you have a lot of connection points of muscles here. And I really love, if you've had a session with me, I really kind of dig in there and move all of that, get a little space in your clavicle. You also have a lot of connection points along your jaw, and then that occipital ridge, which is the back of your head, where you might be feeling some of this tension. I find that when I get a tense neck because of that, I feel it along my spine and the back of my neck and right in my occipital ridge. So these are the areas that we really want to focus on today. clavicle, jawline, and then opening up some of your neck. Feel pretty warmed up. So we're gonna start right here, clavicle area, and kind of just feel where that is, and then start to work with your fingers. Doesn't need to be super deep work. Do what feels good to you, but just start to kind of, I'm curling my fingers around and pull outward. Keep breathing. You see a lot of pink, a lot of blood flow to that area, that's fine. You're gonna start to feel other areas. I guess the way I describe it is they feel a little stringy. So this is a great time to start working up into that kind of stringy material that you're feeling of your muscles. If you have a knot, okay, I have a knot right here, just kind of sit on it. If you're feeling like this is a lot on your hands, massaging yourself definitely is a little harder because it's harder to keep a good body mechanics. If you have like a rounded stone or a gua sha tool, that's a great time to utilize that. So you kind of see him twisting around, starting right here and kind of moving right behind my ear. Anything I feel there, I'm just pausing on. If you feel a lot there, that's fine. Just take your time. So with my clients who have a lot of neck tension, I find the SCM holds a lot of that. So this is a little bit of a harder thing to do, but try to get your neck to relax, and I'm just kind of kneading it like it's dough. So again, I've got this SCM muscle that I'm a little looser because I work on it quite often, so I can really grab mine so you can see it there, but just kind of knead it up. If you do find that you have some movement there and you do want to work a little deeper, start at the bottom, hold one area, breathe into that area until you feel it relaxing, and then you can move up a little more. You can even kind of move your head around to feel a deeper stretch. If this is feeling like a lot, just know that that's normal, and you can lay off a little bit and go a lot lighter. So you feel you've gotten some movement in there. Give some love, right kind of at the base of the neck, behind the ear. Doing big circles. Next, we're gonna work on our jawline a little bit. So again, this is a little trickier without someone else doing it for you, but you can really just get right under your jaw, hook right under, and do a few strokes, pulling outward towards the ear. You're gonna start to feel some adhesions, some tension, and then you can go right in with that, and the same thing that we did throughout the neck, anywhere that you're feeling a little tension, kind of just hold and do some circular motions there. feel like you're pulling that back down. Work on that area up on the back of your neck. If you're still feeling some tension on that side of your neck, another really good area to release is your jaw. So I really like to focus kind of in that square here and doing some circular movements. Everyone's muscular buildup is a little different, so just kind of wander around to where it feels tender to you and then focus there. Could do that all day. I'll move on for the sake of the video. And we can do the same on the other side. So starting at your clavicle and really starting to open that up. You can really see on this side because of the sun, I have a muscle going right here. So that's a pretty tender area. I'm gonna work into it. I actually feel that going right here, kind of the pec area. So it really, when you start doing work like this, it shows you how everything really is connected. And you can follow that. If you're thinking, oh, my neck's really bothering me and it hurts here, and then you start holding down here and you find that that's coming down here, maybe you want to work those areas out as well. This is intuitive work. Self-massage is really listening to what your body feels. So follow along with what I say, and then if you find like what I'm doing right now, I'm like, okay, this trap is still pretty tense. So I'm gonna get back in there, do a little more warming up before I move up the neck, and that is totally fine. Contouring the SCM again. This side feels quite a bit more tense to me. Just holding in on any knots. I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to want to skip the SEM. It's super tender for a lot of people. So if you're just starting with self-massage and you find that doing something like this is a little too much, again, don't pick up the muscle yet. Just really feel it and massage it and work with it. And then over time doing this, if you are finding your neck's really tense and you have to do this every day, every other day, twice a week, or you're just doing it once a week, kind of as good self-massaging movement to those muscles. Each time you do it, try it again to see if you have maybe a little more movement there. It's a combination of the muscle being well stretched, you being relaxed. Can you breathe through doing something like this? Yeah, I feel that all throughout the lower half of my scalp. Both sides are going to be very different too. And then right here, it's almost like I feel it on the temple areas. It just really shows you how each and every muscle does so much for your movement, for your body. So let's give them a little love. Okay. I have some cracking and popping and adjusting going on. I think there's something really powerful about being your own healer and taking care of your body. And then when this quarantine is over, one of my favorite things is to just try out work from others. So go see different massage therapists, different energy workers, chiropractors, acupuncturists. And every time I see someone new, I learn a little bit more about my body and what's right for it, what's wrong for it, kind of the things that I want to take and then do at home. And never feel shy to ask a practitioner, like, how can I implement that feeling for myself? How can I get that release for myself? I love to share tips for what you can do at home and how you can keep this work going daily. If you can come in every 2 weeks to see me, once a month, or even quarterly or once a year, I want you to be able to stay on track with that feeling of relaxation and healing and movement, with or without me. This side, interestingly enough, my jaw isn't that tense on this side. I mean, there's a few tender points, but I'm curious if you guys can hear my cracking. Every time I sit back, my whole spine just kind of pops back into place. It's incredible. I'm working on my neck, a little bit of my chest, and that's changing the alignment of my spine so much. If you enjoyed these videos, let me know. Let me know what else you'd like to see. I'd love to make more. I have a few more in mind that I'm gonna start doing these next few days. But any ideas you have that you want to share, I would love to hear about them. Breath is so important. And if you feel like with that breath you're making sounds, that's totally fine. Everyone releases in a different way. If you've done yoga and you do chants or mantras during yoga, you know how powerful it is to let out sound. once you feel like you've really got good movement in the front of your neck, maybe try that stretch again. Just put your head back. Put your shoulders back. Move your head to the side. And to the other side. Do whatever stretch feels right to you. Ooh. And of course, we want to touch the area that's bothering us. It's hard not to, even if the tension's being brought from another area. So let me show you a little bit of, I've got my hands on either side of my spine, and I'm just doing a little light pulling. Hope you guys can see this. Go really up to the base of your neck, your spine. It's going to be a little more tender there. Self-massage is freestyle. Do what feels good to you. Play. Don't do something that doesn't feel good. Just listen to your body. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great rest of your day.